so we can get that information to see if it's available, and we can give it to you before Mark, your meeting with Mark on next Wednesday.
Well, I don't want to lose the topic of conversation. So whenever I called, you knew who I was. I could hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Maybe you could read the questions that you have regarding me, and then I can.
Yeah, I don't have that. That's in the record, but I don't have that in front of me right now. I'm just documenting this call, and then we can go and look. So I can go back and look what you have communicated to us, and then try to figure out whether we have that information. But it seems to me that somebody already have done that analysis, and because of that, they have the best path forward in order to avoid going back and forward with you was to have the coordinator or director here call you and give you the information. But you say you can wait. Yeah. So,
no,
and this is what I'm trying to avoid, going the back and forward.
The only reason why I'm asking is, do you know when I would have to go back home and funds would not be available for me to be temporarily displaced?
Yeah.
Do you know like an end date to where I would no longer have the support to be temporarily?
When's the end date that they don't have that they will have to return to their homes? Okay, people around here doesn't seem like they're not sure about when.
Yeah. So,
that when, but my understanding is, and this is from the previous POI person that was here, Rusty, and that it's until August.
Okay, because like you can see, I've talked to everyone I can,
and that's what I'm trying to avoid. For me to give you a response, somebody else give you something different. Somebody else give you something different response.
But I think it should be consistent, because if I come over and knock on someone else's door in the hotel and ask them to call you guys, are they going to get the same answer? Because when I called early on, it wasn't out this far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting to my own, demise, because I don't know if the home's going to be cleaned. And there are people living in their homes right now, and I was told last time I called that no homes were cleaned.
Yeah, that I will not know. But my understanding is that some homes have been cleaned.
But was it a VOC standard? Because VOC chemicals were released into the town.
It was to address the contaminants that were released. It was for that. And not necessarily it has to be DOD. It could be like dust. It could be like soot from the fire. It could be many, many forms that will transport the contaminants into your property.
So now I've talked to the person that owns the company, Sand Effect, that actually worked with the railroad, that was employed by them. They had a contract. And they said that they gave the contract over specifying they could not clean for VOCs or any type of hazmat because they're not certified.
Well, see what we're getting at? That information I don't have, and instead of giving you a misleading answer or a partial answer, I think it's more advisable for you to speak to the person that's coordinating the event and has all that information handy.
No, I understand, but I feel like if this is the information line, that there should be some information regarding simple things that I'm asking. I feel like I shouldn't be the only one asking this, even though people are still living in their homes and having reactions. And if I'm hearing people are having reactions, I don't want to go back into my home or be forced back into my home where I know that it's not safe and feel that it's not safe.
Yeah.
To go back to that. And I even told you I haven't had any air testing done. I haven't had any cleaning done by the railroad. I had my own independent studies. I've talked to other scientists, and they've advised me to move, to leave.
Okay. Actually, what's your contact information? Just to put it here on the form so we'll keep track of it.
It's 724-494-2097. That is my cell phone number. My only contact phone number.
I'm sorry. 724-494-2097.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll see what we can get from now on, but and we'll get back to you by the end of the day. But it seems to me that the best response to your concern will be for you to have that meeting with the coordinator. Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to be the track. I'll see if I can get an answer for you.
Now, what happens if I contact them and they don't have an answer? Because I've contacted.
I cannot speak of what information, what answer they can have, not have. So, hopefully, they'll have what the information you need.
Maybe I'm confused by what you guys can and cannot answer.
It's not what we can and we cannot answer. It's what we know or don't know.
Okay.
So I just want to give you the information that you're seeking, that you're requesting, and it will be information that is accurate without having to go to more than multiple level of interaction. So instead of getting a piece that I can investigate or a piece that somebody else can investigate and provide back to you, I think at this point the best thing to do, because you have called here many times, as you have stated since the 20th, is for that to be
I've
addressed.
called every day until I find out an answer, because no one should be pushed back into their home if it hasn't been cleaned or tested.
But you haven't been pushed to your home, right?
No, but you don't even know when it's going to end, and this is extended month by month by month every time I've called. So now it's.
But hopefully I mean, it seems to me like you're going to get an answer before you are asked to return back.
So when I called in April, I didn't really have an answer either.
Yeah, but it seems to me like you talking with the EPA person, the coordinator here, they have all the information. It's gonna happen before you get close to that date.
Yeah.
So
my worry is because I'm seeing people have seizures and tremors and things that are relating to these chemicals, and people that have passed with issues that could possibly link to these chemicals. My own medical advice from my own personal doctor, like I shouldn't go back, and it would be nice to know because I'm in a hotel.
Yeah.
So
okay, Ashley, I'm gonna get this information, and we'll explore is to see if there is another solution or response to your concerns, or addressing your concerns in a more prompt manner. But right now, it seems like that's the best route we have right now.
Okay. Because I had someone come here from the railroad to say that they want people in town so it doesn't look empty. And to me, that's scary.
Yeah. Well, okay,
and
so let's see what...
Do you have any contacts for me to contact anyone from the railroad other than the person that came here?
Do we have any contact with somebody from the railroad? The Threshold Assistance Center?
So now I've talked to them.
You have talked to them?
Yes.
Well, that's where we're being directed to inform and send people. Yeah.
But that's only finance. That's not situational.
That's only finance? That's not what?
Situational. So for me, fearing to go back home, they'll pay for a hotel, but nothing more.
Okay.
Because I talked to Alan Shaw and I asked him if I could get a different access agreement for them to test my home, because I would have to look at my mortgage agreement, my insurance, because I couldn't afford more than what I had, which was bare minimum with insurance. So I can't sign something I don't want to, potentially come back and legally hurt me. Because I'm not an attorney. I mean, I can sit and read papers all day, but I'm not a legal advisor. But for me to be in a hotel room for 3 months, and I could have potentially been here for 4 if it wasn't for family, and I'm being told now I have to stay here until August, and then other people are staying in their homes, and I was told performing of any type of cleaning was not done properly other than through stand effect that doesn't say that they were cleaning properly. Like, it just doesn't make sense, and I don't want to expose myself to something like that or my family. And if things take time like this, I would like to have it sorted out before that time comes. And it doesn't seem like that's going to happen with the runaround that I'm getting.
Okay. But you're going to get a response. It's just that the person that that can provide that response is not available right now. So. So, is there anything else I can help you?
Do you know what guidelines the EPA is following right now, currently?
Guidelines for what?
For what's being done in town.
Yeah, they're following the emergency response guidelines and Superfund process.
It's called the emergency response guidelines, and it's not.
No, not necessarily. It's been called like that.
Because on the website, I think it was February 10th, they said that they were going to follow CERCLA. Is that the guidelines? Or is there
that's the law. Yeah, all these programs are underneath the CERCLA law.
So we should be following CERCLA?
That's my understanding.
Okay. So now I was told CERCLA is a Superfund, correct?
The CERCLA, Superfund is within CERCLA, you're right.
Okay. Because now I'm seeing discrepancies with that as well. Now, is there
But this is not a Superfund site.
But how is CERCLA being followed if it's not a Superfund? That's my confusion.
CERCLA, for the site to become part of the CERCLA universe, of the Superfund universe, I should say, it has to be proposed and it has to be listed into the national priority list, and this site has not been through that yet.
Is it going to be? Because with that information that's on the website,
that I cannot answer. I don't have an answer for you. It will be a speculation. So if I were you, wait to speak with Mark, and he's going to have more definitive because he's involved in the discussion. I'm not.
I've been speaking with Alfred for the last month, and I don't have a direct answer.
What?
I've been speaking with Alfred from the EPA for the last month. The chief.
Actually, what time do you think it's going to be best for you to schedule the call with Mark on Wednesday?
I'm free anytime.
Anytime.
If it's earlier, that's better.
Okay, early in the morning.
Okay, so.
Okay, I've just been told that Mark arrives here in the afternoon, so he's going to be calling you in the afternoon.
Okay, so it's an emergency guideline that we're following?
No, this is just informational.
No, for the guideline of what's being followed currently.
What do you mean, the guidelines?
I can read the section that's posted on the website if you'd like. For CERCLA. Because it seems like we're following CERCLA, but at the same time I've been told different, even though it was posted February 10th. I don't know if you can pull that up on your end. Because unfortunately, with me being displaced in a hotel, I don't have immediate access to a computer.
Okay.
It was a letter that was sent to Norfolk Southern along with chemicals that were listed, and I was told later on, about April 28th, more chemicals were added.
Again, Ashley, I think it's best for you to wait for the call from Mark. If we find that we can provide an answer to you before that, we will get back to you.
But would you be willing to look at that and just clarify what I'm asking? Because if we're not a Superfund and there's something that maybe I'm not understanding.
You're not on Superfund. You're on CERCLA law. CERCLA, it covers so many aspects of the of the response, but not necessarily the site is on the Superfund list.
See, that's the only thing I'm confused at, and like I said, I'm not an attorney.
It is confusing, but it is the procedure. The site has to be listed in order for it to be evaluated, has to rank, and has to be listed in the national priority list. And this site has not gone through that, so this site is not on the Superfund list.
Do you know if that?
So it's not a Superfund site.
Do you know if that could go into process?
That could be part of the process.
Okay. Do you
depending
guys...
on the assessment that is done on the site, and that's what Mark is currently working right now on performing the assessment on the site. with the responsible party.
For it to be qualified?
Instead of me providing you information that might not be accurate, I think you should wait and have this conversation with that person. That way, we're not going to give you answers that do not entirely address your concern, okay?
So is he working on making it a super fund, from my understanding what you just said?
Can you repeat that?
So he's working on making it a super fund, from what you just said?
I have no idea if they're working on making the site a Superfund site. If they're working the site to be listed on the Superfund list, the national priority list.
Okay, if I supply you my email, would you be able to send me what guidelines are being followed under CERCLA that does not apply with the Superfund? Because that's 190 pages. I mean, I've read them over, but I just want to make sure I understand it, and maybe I'm not understanding something, and we could really get past me calling all the time to try to get the answers.
Again, Mark will be able to answer all that. Guidelines being followed for what?
You did say CERCLA, because on February 10th, there was an updated letter to Norfolk saying that it was under the guidelines of CERCLA under 106A and 107A.
Okay. I'll send me your email. What's your email? I'm sorry.
It's my first name dot my last name, so it's Ashley, ASHLEY .McCollum,
MAC
MCCOLLUM
OLLUN or M?
M.
As in Mary?
Yes, at mail.com.
At mail.com, not Gmail or anything like that? Mail.
Just mail.com.
Okay.
And if maybe then I can kind of sort that out, maybe I won't be calling as much, so I can understand where we're at and where things are going to be heading.
Yeah.
But I would still like the numbers of homes that were actually clean, tested.
Yeah, I have that in here. I'm writing it down, so that's in here in the form, so that they will get you that information.
Okay, so does it say how many homes were clean as of a certain time?
Well, you're asking how many houses or homes has been cleaned.
Yes.
And then there is going to give you the universe. I'm expecting that somebody will be able to provide you an answer.
Could that be emailed to me as well?
Sure.
Because I was verbally told that a couple days ago, and it didn't match up with what I was verbally told.
Because we haven't been able to get that information. That's my understanding.
That sounds very odd. I mean, I'm not saying anything against you, and I don't want you to be worked up, but that sounds kind of odd. Now, do you know how many homes are in the 1 mile radius?
No, I don't. I work the welcome center. I'm not familiarized with the extent of the release. I'm just trying to direct you to the right person that has that information, and that's what we have been trying to do, but the person is not available. So Wednesday, that person will be here.
Okay.
Yeah. And I apologize for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any difference in chemicals compared to the list that was given prior to February 10th? Is there anything added that you know of or that you see?
Not that I don't have that information, and because I don't work that area. So I'm adding in here if there has been any chemical added to the original list.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and if there is anyone available to speak to me beforehand, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
But if not, if you work tomorrow, then maybe we can talk again until I can get some kind of resolution.
Okay. Okay, Ashley. Okay. So I'll see what we can find before that. I got your contact information. I have your emails. If we get any responses to some of these questions, we may send it to your email. If not, we will again. We already have scheduled a meeting for you with Mark in the morning. I mean, in the afternoon of the 27th. That's on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The 26th, correct?
That's it's on Wednesday.
Yeah, you.
When he returns. The 26th is Monday.
Oh.
27 Tuesday, 28.
That's what you told me, and that's what I wrote down for an appointment with Mark Darren.
I don't have a calendar in front of me right now, but if Monday is 26th, that means that Wednesday is the 28th.
Okay, because I was just under the impression of what you told me. Okay, that's fine.
I apologize if I gave you a wrong date. Okay, so we're document this, and we'll hopefully you will be able to receive some responses to your concerns.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.